Good, happy Thursday evening, May 5th, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, phone call between Kayla Montgomery and Adam Montgomery's father at center of bail hearing. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Most people can name the food on their plate, but can they do it blindfolded?
Almost tastes like arugula.
Maybe not chicken. This pork chop?
Things are gonna heat up on Blind Kitchen. Stream it for free only on Very Local.
All right, thank you. Anything further from the state?
So just on the call, I just note that, to somebody not familiar with the context, to somebody not aware of what this defendant's charges are, to what Mr. Montgomery's charges are, Adam Montgomery's, that may seem like a relatively innocuous message she's trying to pass. I'm here for him. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going nowhere. But in the context of their cases, where, again, each one is a witness in the other one's case, that statement takes on new meaning both when she says it and presumably when it's received by Adam Montgomery. And I would note the court's order isn't no suspicious communications or suspicious contact with Adam or no unlawful contact with Adam. It's no contact, even affirmations of love and support and constancy. So regardless of, I would argue there is a potential undercurrent here, but even if the court doesn't see it the same way, it's still a direct violation or attempted violation of her current bail order.
Thank you. Attorney Garrity?
To say there's an undercurrent, I think, in the context of that phone call, she hadn't spoken to this individual for quite a while. The court can make its own determinations, obviously, but all of us heard that phone call. There's no undercurrent there. And I think it's clear why the state wants to keep her housed. Their conduct with respect to what they've done here, they went into the jail a few weeks ago, cleared everyone out of her unit, and then interviewed each of the people in her pod, trying to develop additional information against her. Having her held on these charges, I think, is somewhat of an outrage given what she's charged with. She doesn't have the financial means to post bail, unfortunately, but she's putting forward pretty strict conditions, much more strict conditions that a lot of people are released on. She's volunteering to go to the police station, not daily, twice a day. She'll go 3 times a day if the court makes that a condition. But to have her held while the state tries to develop additional information using whatever means they see fit to use, and they've gone in and interviewed her without my knowledge as well, I think undercuts any view of due process and what the bail statute is designed to do. It's not designed to hold people so the state can develop information. It's designed to make sure people appear in court and don't pose a danger to the public. So I'd ask the court to set bail as I've requested. Thank you.
Thank you. The court will take this under advisement.
Okay, that was live video from the courtroom today. $5,000 reward offered for information in killings of Concord couple. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, Tom, the Attorney General's office says every little bit of information is helpful to investigators, which is why they're now offering this $5,000 reward to hopefully generate new tips and new leads in this case. Now, people here in Concord, they've been on edge since Stephen and Wendy Reed were found shot dead in a marshy part of the Broken Ground Trails here in town just last month. The couple had left their Alton Woods apartment to go on a walk and never returned. Days later, their bodies were found off the Marsh Loop Trail. They had been shot multiple times. Since then, Concord police, state police, even the FBI have been searching the trails and the nearby area for any evidence. Now they're asking the public for any sort of video, whether it may be dash cam footage or trail cameras that may have caught something suspicious on April 17th, 18th, or 19th.
Tips coming in from the public are incredibly helpful. We want to continue to encourage the public to provide Concord Police Department with any information they have. And nothing is too inconsequential to tell the Concord Police Department. So, those tips are actively being followed up on. The leads that they generate are actively being followed up on. And so we want to encourage those to continue to come in.
And again, that cash reward now set at $5,000. Meanwhile, Concord police say this case remains their top priority. Live in Concord tonight, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Reported COVID-19 cases continue to rise in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
This is My Brave. It's a live storytelling event about mental health and substance misuse recovery. Join us at the Bank of New Hampshire stage in Concord, New Hampshire on May 25th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit riverbendcmhc.org.
Here in New Hampshire, active cases are now up to 3,800 tonight, with DHHS announcing 565 new cases. Current infections are now at their highest since February 10th. COVID-positive patients are up to 98 tonight, but those receiving treatment for the virus is down to 23, and there are no new deaths tonight.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester's taco tour set for Thursday afternoon. Event returns for the first time since 2019. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Welcome to your world, your why. What drives you? What do you want to leave behind? That's your why. It's your purpose, and we will work with you every step of the way to achieve it.
All right, how good does this look? Today is Cinco de Mayo, and the return of the Manchester Taco Tour happens at 4 p.m. Downtown Manchester is going to turn into a taco paradise. More than 70 restaurants are registered for this year's event after it was canceled for the last 2 years. It's just $3 a taco, and make sure to vote for your favorite. The winner gets $1,000 to donate to the charity of their choice.
Okay, and there you go. Very cool indeed. Who loves tacos? I love tacos. Escaped inmate and correction officer had a 2-year-long relationship. Let's take a listen to that video from NBC News.
Can a company make the planet a better place? At Walmart, we're pursuing 100% renewable energy in our operations and aiming to protect millions of acres of land so we can all live better.
This brief video of Vicky White and Casey White leaving an Alabama jail. The deputy holding the door for the convicted felon and accused murderer belies an apparently lengthy relationship spanning years.
He was here in 2020 for an arraignment and preliminary hearing, and when he finished that, he went back to state prison. We do know that they remained in touch while he was in state prison.
So their relationship, in whatever parameters you would define it, is at least 2 years old?
Yes.
Maybe older.
Could be older.
The sheriff also says Vicky repeatedly drove more than 2 hours to this state prison outside Birmingham to see Casey, who he isn't sure how many times. The state telling us any logs or video of their visits aren't ready for release. It's the latest layer in a complex case.
This could happen with the best of folks. I mean, Vicky White, I would trust with my life. I mean, she's that kind of solid person.
All attention now focused squarely on finding the unlikely pair on the run since last Friday. The U.S. Marshal Service posting these sketches to demonstrate the immense height differential between the 6'9" Casey White and the 5'5" Vicky White. This new surveillance video from a gas station apparently shows the pair driving on a local road in a patrol car before ditching it in a parking lot and hopping in a Ford Edge getaway car. So far, no one has reported seeing them.
Are you surprised no one noticed this 6'9" man walking out of the car?
I am surprised. And what about the cameras? He's a big guy.
Authorities not only say Casey White could have changed his clothes and his appearance, which he's done before, but the duo may be heavily armed.
She owned an AR-15, a shotgun, and another pistol. Typically, those would not be in her patrol car. They were her personal weapons, as was the duty weapon she carried. But I think the fact that she owns them, I think it's a fair assumption that they're with them.
The U.S. Marshal Service says that they have zero credible information as to where these two might be headed. One commander deputy who's been on the job for 20-plus years says this is the first case he can recall where they have no solid information. It's also worth noting that the sheriff's office here says that Vicky White is no longer employed with them. They declined to say whether or not she has been fired. Craig, back to you.
Still so many questions. Sam brought for us once again in Florence, Alabama. Sam, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.